Halloween in Alberta hits different. The streets are darker, the air colder, and the silence between footsteps feels like it's holding its breath. Every October, we tell ourselves the same thing. It's just costumes, just kids, just stories. But sometimes, Halloween brings the kind of visitor you never forget. It was Halloween night, 2016, in Okotoks, a quiet little town just south of Calgary. My parents had gone out to a friend's party and left me home to hand out candy. We lived in one of those small cul-de-sacs at the end of a long residential street, the kind most trick-or-treaters skip because it's out of the way. My mom, of course, bought enough candy for an army. Half of it would sit in a bowl for weeks, tempting me to ruin my diet. The first doorbell rang around 4:30 p.m. The usual suspects, little superheroes, witches, and zombies. Our dog, Chester, barked like he was defending the house from an army each time. By 8, things had gone quiet. Halloween was on a Monday that year, school night, so the streets died out early. 15 kids, maybe 20. That was it. I finished some college assignments, had some of Mom's leftover stew, and went upstairs to watch Game of Thrones. That's when the doorbell rang again. It was 9:30 p.m. No kids trick-or-treating that late. Nobody ever comes to the cul-de-sac this time of night. Chester went ballistic again. I muted the TV, stood up, and listened. Another ring, then silence. I headed downstairs and peeked through the front window. Standing on the porch was a man, tall, easily over 6 feet, wearing a clown costume. Not a fun one, a cheap polyester nightmare. White gloves, wrinkled suit, and a cracked mask frozen in a grin too wide to be human. He waved slowly and pointed at his empty candy bag. I didn't open the door, didn't even unlock it. "Sorry, no more candy," I said through the glass, and shut the door fast. My hand was shaking as I locked the deadbolt. He didn't move. He just stood there, staring through the glass for a moment before turning his head slightly, like he was listening for something behind me. Then he waved again and rang the doorbell. There's a certain kind of silence that follows the wrong kind of visitor. It's the moment you realize the game isn't about candy anymore. I grabbed Chester, turned off every light in the house, and went upstairs. I figured if he thought no one was home, he'd leave. The seconds crawled by. Then I heard it. The snap of metal. The storm door latch. He'd forced it open. Then the sound of the front door knob jiggling, slowly testing it. I froze at the top of the stairs, my phone in hand, barely breathing. I texted my family group chat. Some guy in a clown costume is at the door and won't leave. No answer. I called my brother. He picked up, but his tone told me everything. He wasn't alone. "It's Halloween, man. Probably a prank. Just ignore it." So, I did. Or at least, I tried to. I waited, counting the seconds. After a few minutes, it stopped. No more doorbell. No more knocks. I shut off the TV, closed my eyes, and drifted into that uneasy half-sleep where your brain still listens for danger. That's when Chester started growling. Low, guttural, different. He wasn't barking at the door. He was looking at the window. At first, I thought it was wind, just a branch tapping the glass, but the sound was rhythmic, slow, like fingers dragging across the pane. Then came a faint thump. Something or someone was outside my window. The problem was, my room was on the second floor. I walked closer, my pulse thudding in my ears, and peeled back the curtain just enough to see outside. And there he was, the clown,
face pressed against the glass, that cracked white mask fogged from his breath, head tilted sideways like he was trying to understand me. I screamed. Chester barked, the kind of bark that's half terror, half warning. I ran from my room, slammed myself into my parents' bedroom, and locked the door behind me. Hands shaking, I dialed 911.
The operator kept telling me the same thing. Officers are on their way. Stay on the line. But all I could do was whisper, "Please, hurry." Every creak of the house felt like footsteps. Every gust of wind felt like movement. It took 10 minutes for the RCMP to arrive. 10 minutes that felt like hours. When they finally knocked, I didn't believe it was them at first. Not until I saw the cruiser lights splash red and blue across my ceiling. They searched the property, and what they found made my stomach turn. The latch on the storm door had been broken. The front porch was covered in boot prints, and leaning against the siding, right below my bedroom window, was my dad's ladder. The man had gone into our backyard shed, pulled it out, and climbed up to the second floor. He'd been standing there, outside my window, just staring. The RCMP didn't find him. No cars on the street, no tracks leading away. He just vanished. I spent that night at a friend's place in Calgary. Haven't spent a Halloween alone since. People say it was probably a prank, some local weirdo getting his kicks. But the way he moved, the way he knew where my window was, it didn't feel like a prank. It felt like someone who'd been there before, watching, waiting, counting the nights until Halloween came again.